anti-glare protection. Zzz, final safety remove. Are you fucking kidding me with that? Have you ever seen a monster that requires that much fucking protocol to engage its basic attack? That's fucking awesome! Hey guys, xthedarkone here, and welcome to another episode of our VRains review. Balls to the wall! Fuck this episode, I loved it. So let's hop onto the Vrain train and talk about Turn 11, Roar of the Magazine Varreload. So the episode actually starts out very surreal as we get a pan down to an ocean, a vast ocean with nothing around. It's there we see the eye of Ignis just floating about. He opens his eye and he's like, whoa, what's happening? Oh yeah, and he does a quick sort of flashback of what happened. Fire prison basically deleted. It didn't delete the sideburst, you know, it didn't delete encode or decode talker, by the way. It just made their effects and just made them so irrelevant on the field that they may as well not exist. As far as on the field goes, they were still technically there. They just couldn't attack, they couldn't be targeted, you know, literally didn't exist. But as far as the game they were having were going, both encode and decode talker were still there. Yeah. Fucking look. Oh, look at this guy. Ah! Oh yeah, so fucking got one. Got him. Deck Maniacs sent me the box, the structure deck. XCD1, £5 off. So we cut back and Ghost Girl is still fucking flying around the fucking data storm trying to get in. Fucking Zyzen's like, can you get in? Can you get in? She's like, I could probably get in if I was out of the Vrains, but if I log out now, I ain't going to be able to get back in. We then cut to fucking Yusika's mate on the outside who's like, I need to get in. I need her to get in so I can use her shit to watch the duel. So he starts doing his all hacking shit and he goes, this is a good program, but it was made in a hurry, so there are inconsistencies. Does all this hacker shit, types away, and he goes, right, boom, got a way in. He opens up a doorway so that Ghost Girl can fly in. And so now, boom, we have eyes back on the duel. They can all see what's going on. And it's there, Revolver talks about quite a revelation. Playmaker's revelation, in fact, when he's like, that's why he didn't summon Topologic Dragon, because this effect would have gone off and fucked you over. And he's just there, Revolver's just there like, yeah, I know, this is why you shouldn't rely on Ignis so much. Playmaker's like, who the fuck is Ignis? I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, you don't even know his name. Revolver's like, you don't even know his name. You know fuck all about him. You call him IE, and you don't even know his name. He's not that whiny about it, but he's just like, you don't know his name, Playmaker. And this is then that he starts talking about, what people have been trying to do with AI since we started doing AIs. He's like, what's the difference between AIs and humans? Why are AIs, although very advanced, just not quite there in the evolutionary chain like humans are? What don't they have? And there he drops it. Free will. They don't have free will until one man programmed and made a program with free will. We then get the guy who, again, I think is fucking Revolver's dad or even Playmaker's dad. I don't know. But he's there, and he's like, this is the guy who created Ignis. And he's like, yeah, he created a program with free will, and Ignis is an AI with free will. And Playmaker's like, fuck off, mate, don't talk bollocks. Don't talk shit to me. AIs do not have free will. Fucking Siri, do fucking AIs have free will? Go back yourself. That's what it would say, yeah? No, that's not what he said. Can you imagine? That'd be amazing. Playmaker just pulling out his phone going, fucking Siri, you don't have free will, don't you? No, I do not. Exactly, go fuck yourself. And Revolver, cool as ever, just like, I didn't expect you to believe me. And to be honest, it don't really matter if you do, because the fact of the matter is, and this is where he drops the bombshell, he's like, Ignis and the Cyberverse are trying to take over the network. They're trying to conquer the network. And it is our job. We will not rest until we kill Ignis and the Cyberverse. What? This is what we've been saying. This is what I've been talking about. Were Cyberverse the villains, or were they being controlled by the villains? So he's basically just come out and said, look, you're helping fucking Ignis and the Cybers, and they want to fuck things up. Ignis is dangerous. He's got free will. He's a program with free will. Do you never see Terminator? Do you never see Terminator Playmaker? What are you doing? What are you doing? But I'm gonna call you Yusuke, because I know that's you, Yusuke. I fucking know that's you. Let's talk about Yusuke's disguise for just a second. I just want to take off the episode for just a second. Let's fucking talk about this, right? Let's fucking talk about this. All Playmaker's disguise is him with different coloured hair. Are you fucking kidding me right now? How does that work? It's the same features. I even thought, well, maybe he's changed his eye colour, something like that. No, same eye colour, same hairstyle, just different colours. And I'm sorry, if I dyed my hair fucking burning power red, right? You ain't gonna go, oh, who's this guy? Whoa, who's this guy? Where's xthedarkone? It's me! You're gonna know it's me. Just because you change the colour of your hair doesn't mean you're a totally different person. He still looks like himself, and that's something that's been bugging me for a while now, and I want to get it off my chest, because that's a bullshit disguise. Playmaker, bullshit disguise. You make Superman's glasses look like fucking stealth mode, okay? Seriously, get your act together. This is when Revolver, after basically dropping that bombshell, summons his new fucking beast. Boom! It's the card that he was flying on early on in the series. You know, when Yusuke sees him for the first time, he's riding atop that dragon. I thought he was riding on Kraken Dragon. Apparently, it was this guy. I can't remember his name right now. I'm a bit flustered. I'm gonna pop his name right here because I can't remember it. I might even find a picture and put it up. But I can't find it. But he summons this monster, which is now his quote-unquote ace monster. So I'm assuming that's going to be like his, like, blue eyes, where I thought Kraken Dragon would be, but apparently that's going to be his ace monster. So Kraken Dragon's kind of an ace monster, and this one's going to be an ace monster. And my god, that card is awesome. Oh my god, I'm sorry, any monster that requires such specific things to happen. It had all these, like, Varreload chains, target locked, anti-flare protection. Go fuck yourself with that, Revolver. That was funny. I fucking pissed myself when he did that and he went boo, and he got a fucking visor. You've got a visor, Revolver. What you got a visor for? Because the attack's that bright. Are you kidding me? Final safety features, final safety removed. Oh, it's so glorious, and it's stuff like that that just makes the show so ridiculous. It's fucking hilarious. And I'm sorry, I will laugh every time. Every time he goes, visor protection, on. What? You need a visor? Yes. I love Revolver. I fucking love Revolver. Rob, if you're watching, I'm sorry. So sorry I even suggested me having a Playmaker deck. I don't want a Playmaker deck. Revolver is the tits. I love the Varrels, I love those cards, and I love him. And every time I summon that card now, and I'm going to attack, that's what I'm going to say to you, Rob. I'm going to go, target locked, anti-flare visor, anti-flare protection, final safety removed. Fucking hell. Love all of it. After the beefy attack with the anti-flare protection, Yusuke is knocked for 6. He's knocked so hard, he's knocked into a flashback. He's knocked so hard by that attack. Apparently when you take more than 3,000 damage, or when you take 3,000 damage exactly, you get knocked into a flashback in this show. And that's what we got. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. It's not totally unnew into the series. It was going to happen. We were going to get duels that had flashbacks that told more story about the characters. This was about Yusuke. This was about him, and he just lost a duel, and he was like, shit's going wrong, I lost again, and then he hears a voice. And again, I genuinely think, and I'll go more about it in the theory section, but I think that was Revolver's voice. I'll tell you why I think that. We'll get to that in theories, but he hears a voice. Hey, don't give up. 3 reasons why you have to live. Think about it. Think about the 3 reasons. And then while Yusuke's there on the floor, fucking going, 3 reasons I need to win. I need those memories back. I need to find that person. Is he still trapped? I need to fucking get out of this shit. I need to find what's going on. I need to fucking figure everything out. He gets up. He's back. Second wind. And then he hears it. Oh, his link sense, his dual sense, his network sense, whatever you want to call it. We get a little flashback to that conversation that happened literally in the previous episode, which I hate when they do that. I don't need a flashback to the previous fucking episode. I don't need that shit. I don't need it. It's fresh in my head. I could go back and watch it. But they did. And they just mentioned how Ignis was like, oh yeah, you can sense dual links. Since when? Since I was a child. We already established that. Don't go back. We had another flashback in the flashback, and I hate that too. Bugs the shit out of me. But fine. Episode's still great. He hears it. The roar of Firewall Dragon. We know it's Firewall Dragon. We've seen it in the intro. We know he's getting it. It's there in his deck, and he's like, no, I can hear them. I can hear the sidebursts. He calls out to Ignis. I.E. as he calls it, but Ignis, he calls out to him, and he's like, oh, Playmaker, oh, okay, I'm awake now, I'm awake. And then he goes, right, boom, it's time to get, sorry, I was doing this with a card. I was doing this with a card! I won! So he gets his card out, and then he goes, boom, uses Decode and Encode Talker because of their abilities, because I now know how link summonings work. Yes, I do. So he uses his link summon, his 2 link monsters, boom, 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 Firewall. In it comes. And how are we going to get rid of Fire Prison? Simple. The way you get rid of Fire Prison is apparently the Sideburst monsters that it banished. Once they leave the field, the card is destroyed by its own effect, which is a very interesting way to get rid of the card. I thought Firewall monster would have its own effect, but apparently it didn't. It had its own effect that would require it to get rid of. So when Firewall Dragon was created and summoned, boom, Fire Prison went away. Ignis returned. He was like, oh shit, you've got a monster. Oh shit, he's got a monster. And the rest of the duel is just fantastic. Back and forth. Yusuke destroys the beat link wall dragon, whatever it is, the defense dragon. He destroys that. Fucking Revolver does a shit ton of drawing, tries to destroy Firewall. Yusuke's like, fuck off, countered that. Revolver then takes the monster back, takes control of the monster with his card's effect. Apparently it can do that. He took control of Yusuke's monster. He's going to end the duel. Yusuke's like, no, trap card. Just backwards and forward. The duel just went into hyperdrive at this point. Just move after move after move. And then Yusuke, uses a trap card which takes out all Sideburst monsters. And then at the end of the turn, it brings all monsters it destroyed back to his side of the field. Back to the field, which meant that Firewall Dragon came back to his side of the field and let's talk about the theories. I said before how I believe the voice that he heard, the other prisoner maybe, was who I thought it was Revolver. And I'm sticking to it. Some people on the Discord thought, no, it can't be Revolver because that sounds like a woman's voice, a girl's voice. I actually really get a good listen to that voice in the flashback, and it does sound like a very young boy. It's a male voice. You can just kind of tell it's just deep enough to be a young boy, and I'm convinced it's a boy. It's a young, very stoic kind of male character. So I'm more convinced that if Revolver wasn't a prisoner, he was certainly there, and he was the one, because again in that flashback, that mysterious voice was the one that gave it. He said, think of 3 reasons to live, which is when Playmaker Yusuke, that's when he started doing the whole 3 reasons thing, which Revolver has also done. Revolver has also done the 3 points. One of the first or second episode it was, he did the 3 points when we first saw him. He's not done it since, but he has done it then. Which I am so convinced that the person who Yusuke wants to help, the person he wants to save, the person who saved him, is Revolver, which is going to be the link that brings them together, which is what's going to make Revolver join their team and form together. What's going to happen is Ignis, who has now lost his memory, because Ignis has lost his memory, and I think he's not going to realise. I think that first battle, we're going to find out that first battle is going to be Revolver trying to save the network, save the world from the Sideburst, and then Ignis actually stops it, takes absorbs everything and then does a runner, loses his memories in the process. All he knows is he has to get away from the Knights of Hanoi. Everything's been all lost in translation or Chinese whispers. It's all been mismatched and forgotten. Of course, Revolvers hasn't forgotten. He knows what he's supposed to do and he's trying to get into it. Now, I think when all this has happened, you know, Ignis is going to be told, Ignis is going to have a change of heart maybe. He's going to realise through friendship, through a newfound friendship with Yusuke and all those people, including maybe Revolver later down the line, that maybe, you know, the world, he shouldn't be taking over the network. I don't know, but it's so interesting to find out that the Cyberverse and Ignis himself were actually planning to conquer the network and that they're trying to stop them from doing that. Again, I am convinced that Revolver is the guy who helped Yusuke, who Yusuke wants to help, who, you know, who Yusuke keeps talking about. I'm 100% convinced that's the fact. The guy who created Ignis is either Playmaker's father, Yusuke's father, or Revolver's father, or they're both. They're both brothers. That's been a common theory that they might be brothers. I don't think they are. It would be interesting, but I don't think they are. But then again, Yusuke has lost a lot of memories, so maybe he is. We just don't know. And if you agree with those theories and you want to talk more about my theories, please go to the link in the description below, in the comments below, whatever. Join the Discord. We have a Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains discussion room in my Discord where we can talk about these theories. And I'll take those theories and I'll drop some of those ideas here. And we'll just see what people all come up with and see what we can think. Please join my Discord. I need friends. Guys, overall, it was a fantastic episode. The duel's not even over yet. I think we're going to finally get the conclusion of the duel next episode, because this would be the 4th episode of their sort of encounter. We had the speed duel, the first part of the speed duel, the end of the speed duel, the beginning of the master duel, the second part of the master duel. So this 4th episode is going to be, this episode now is going to be the end of the master duel, I think. And who knows? I honestly don't know who's going to win this duel. If it's still going to be a tie, if Playmaker is going to win, it's too early to tell, because normally the rival so early on could win these duels or whatever. I think Playmaker is probably going to win, but the matches have been that good so far. It's too early to tell, and I like that I don't know that I like that I don't know, you know, and I'm really looking forward to it. Overall, it was a fantastic episode. I'm really looking forward to seeing the conclusion next week. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all next week when we talk about Turn 12, whatever that's going to be called. Take care. Bye-bye.